Hi everyone, it's James, JT at the Movies, back here again, and this time it's for a DVD, Blu-ray and very small 4K update for you. Well, the update itself isn't very small. This is everything I've bought since I last did an update of this kind, I think in May. Been a bit slack on this front, haven't I, to be fair? So this is pretty much everything that I've bought. I'm not going to go into detail on many of these titles. I'm just going to show you what I've picked up, and if it's something that I feel warrants subsequent review, or if it's something that you'd like me to talk about and share my thoughts and feelings on it afterwards, leave a comment down below. But if it's something I feel I want to talk about more, then I'll shoot a follow-up video and give it the time that it deserves. But for right now, we'll jump in. Before we start, I do still collect a lot of DVDs. You can see there's a lot of DVDs around me here. And for a lot of things where I'm just curious to watch it, or, you know, sort of, if it's, say, you know, an older film or something that I'm not too bothered about owning in high def, I'm still happy to pick up DVDs. They're cheaper. A lot of times you see them in charity shops and, you know, obviously second-hand places. You know, places like Poundland do sort of DVDs for, you know, multiple DVDs for deals and things like that. So I still enjoy picking them up, but I am obviously interested in picking up Blu-rays, as you can see, and have recently invested in a 4K setup downstairs in my living room, and so I've started to now pick up some 4Ks as well. Let's jump right in. I'll do the DVDs first. Picked this up on holiday just this weekend gone. Field of Dreams, great film. This one my girlfriend's been telling me I should watch for ages. Finally picked it up, and that is Shallow Grave. She's nodding in approval from behind the camera. Another one to add to the Nicolas Cage collection here, Tokarev. Not seen it. It's one of his straight to DVD jobbies. It's probably going to be terrible, but as I've said many times, I'm a Nick Cage fan. A Mighty Wind. So I picked this up because recently my girlfriend, my sister and I have been watching Schitt's Creek, made by Eugene and Dan Levy. And my sister told me that obviously that Eugene and Catherine O'Hara had worked together previously on this and showed me a trailer for it, and I liked it. Found it on Amazon for I think $3.99 and thought, do you know what, I'll pick that up. 30 Days a Night. Picked that one up recently after catching the tail end of it at the in-laws and enjoying it, so I thought, do you know what, I'll get it again. Wonder Woman Bloodlines. It's the only one of the DC animated movies from the current run that I didn't have, and it was on offer in our Tesco's. So this one's No Escape. This is a European import because it's out of print here in the UK, and I wasn't prepared to spend silly money on the Blu-ray. I talked recently when I did my Bond ranking series about Martin Campbell rebooting the Bond franchise, and did a bit of research on him afterwards, and saw that this was one of his films that he did sort of that give the producers the nod for wanting him for GoldenEye. So I thought I'd pick it up. Managed to get this for I think £7 or £8 on Amazon, imported, like I say, I think from, might be Norway, but it's somewhere on continent Europe anyway, and yeah, why not? Motherless Brooklyn. Really looking forward to checking this one out soon. Documentary here about World War I from Peter Jackson. Peter Jackson. They Shall Not Grow Old. So you might have seen, if you're a regular on this channel, I did a review of this film not so long since, and when I actually watched the film, my disc was ever so slightly skipping, and it's an old second-hand disc that I've had for years. I looked in my local HMV and they didn't have a copy to replace it, but then when I was over in my girlfriend's hometown when we were visiting her family, popped into their HMV and they had a copy, so I thought, well, I'll pick it up and replace mine. Still no Blu-ray of this yet, and it's an absolute crying shame that I've had to buy the DVD of The Abyss. Our lass is shaking her head at me because I've been researching, trying to find out when The Abyss is coming to Blu-ray and if there's any movements on it, and it's sort of become a bit of a passion for me, or she'd say obsession, I think, but she's looking at me now. Dark Waters. Just picked this one up recently. I love a good legal thriller. The cast in this looks fantastic, and the trailers looked great when we saw them in the cinemas. This one's going straight to the charity shop. Rise of the Zombies. I heard that it was a good sort of B-movie in the style of World War Z with Danny Trejo fronting it. I can't remember, it was on a YouTube video, and me and our lass thought it was absolute garbage, so that won't be sticking around for long. These next ones are all ones that I picked up when the Poundland near me reopened, and they'd obviously had a big surge of DVDs coming in that had not been sold while everything was shut for 3 or 4 months. So there was an absolute mountain to go through, and so I thought, you know what, we'll pick some of these up. The Guardian, Madagascar, The Terminal. I was surprised I didn't have this one, but then when I checked my app that I catalogue everything in, I didn't have it. But yeah, really good. Good Tom Hanks film. Stepmom. Bit of a drama, not normally my sort of thing, but I remember watching this when it was on the TV growing up, and the trailer for it was before one of the Batman films that I used to have on video, and I used to remember thinking it looked quite a sweet film, and then obviously, like I say, watched it when I was a kid and enjoyed it, so I picked that up to rewatch. The Incredibles, classic. Robot Chicken, Star Wars. Superman, Last Son of Krypton. I love the DCAU, so I wanted to pick that up when it was a quid. Thought, why not? Let's have a look. Got Don't Say a Word. Titan AE. Not seen this one since I was a kid. Looking forward to checking it out again. Another remake of Day of the Dead. There's been a few of these. It's got Mina Suvari in it, and I've heard that it's so bad it's good, so we'll find out. Right folks, we're going to jump into the high definition titles now, so that's Blu-rays mostly, and just the 1/4K for this update. I'll jump straight in with one from the premium collection. As I've mentioned before, Elliot Cohen is a YouTuber that I follow and really enjoy his work, and he regularly recommends this film to his to his followers and to his viewers, and it's been one that I've not really been that bothered for seeing. Mostly, I think, because of the aesthetic of the film, with it being a period piece, not normally been something I'd go for. But he's talked about it, and he's talked about it, and talked about it, and obviously HMV at the moment with their premium collection have a $9.99 or 2 for $15 sort of deal, so I was getting it half price, and I thought, do you know what, I'll pick it up as the half price title, and I am now curious to find out whether I like it or not, and that is Stanley Kubrick's Barry Lyndon. To be fair, I do like Kubrick as a filmmaker, and do want to get all of his filmography, so it's another one down in the collection. Alfred Hitchcock's classic The Wrong Man on Blu-ray, again part of the premium collection. Really enjoy collecting those. Oh no, it fell. Yeah, really enjoy collecting those. This next one is one from Powerhouse Indicator, and it's one of my favourite films of all time. And so I was absolutely chuffed that they were bringing this one out in such a fancy package. So we've got Force 10 from Navarone. It's an early Harrison Ford film, and it's got Edward Fox and Robert Shaw in it, both who have been in James Bond, and are just great British actors in their own right. And then obviously Harrison Ford is my favourite actor of all time. But just absolutely look at this here. You've got a lovely cardboard box, obviously the little J card there. For anyone who's interested, that's the information on the back, the specs and the special features, and then pop the box down there. You get a great booklet with it there as well. All sorts of bits and bobs, pictures and stills and anecdotes from the film, and then the Blu-ray itself as well. Reversible cover art as well. So yeah, just a great edition. It's 20 quid on Amazon at the moment. I tried ordering it directly from Indicator and they'd sold out, but I managed to get it from Amazon. So, all's well that ends well there. But I'd hurry on that one if it's something that you're interested in. Birds of Prey. Again, massive Harrison Ford fan, so wanted to pick this one up straight away. Call of the Wild. Another for the premium collection now, Amistad. Picked this up in the price crash sale at HMV, Life of Pi. The recent remake from Leigh Whannell of The Invisible Man. Really liked this, really good. Like I said, we upgraded the TV to a 4K setup downstairs, and I found that some of my older DVDs Whilst they look, they look fine. There's been one or two that are like really, really old ones from like 97, 98 when the format first really sort of came to sort of prevalence that don't look that cracking. And Shawshank Redemption was one of them. So I thought, well, I'll update. I wanted to get a 4K, but we've not actually got it on 4K here in the UK yet. But this lovely steelbook was only $7.99 on Amazon. It's got the Blu-ray, it's got the DVD, it's got 3 or 4 discs in here. And just a great edition of the film. Lovely stuff. So this is listed at $9.99, but it was actually cheaper than that in the store, and that's what made me pick it up. It's a complete blind buy, but it's a boutique title that looks to have had a lot of a lot of stuff put on it, nice special features and things like that. The cast and the premise sold me on it. It's The Grifters. The one and only 4K for this update. I got this in the price crash sale a few weeks ago in my local HMV, reduced from 20 quid to $6.99, and it's the last Resident Evil movie. I've got all the rest of them, but I'd yet to pick this one up. I don't think I've seen this one yet, but I thought, well, for that price, I'll pick it up. One of my favourite Van Damme films with an extended cameo from Sir Roger Moore as well. All the more reason to love it, and that is The Quest. Childhood favourite now. Never did pick this one up on DVD for whatever reason. I had it on video and then never made the transition to DVD. And it got talked about recently, and I was like, I need to watch that again. So anyway, Small Soldiers. 2 films now that I'll show together, because to my mind they need to be shown together, both from the premium collection and both upgrades for me, and that is The Maltese Falcon and Casablanca, 2 of, in my opinion, Humphrey Bogart's best films. Absolutely adore both of those films. Casablanca was one of the other DVDs that I had a look at on the 4K TV, and it was in the sort of the 4:3 aspect ratio, and looked a bit like I'd mentioned The Abyss looked like, sort of like a little box in the middle of the screen. And I just thought, for such a classic film, that's not going to do. And when there was such a good version out there, I had to pick it up. Picked this one up from a store called Trade Me In, and it's kind of like a CEX sort of type shop, but I think it's an independent firm, and I think there's only one in Leeds where I am. And that is Moonrise Kingdom, Wes Anderson film. Had not seen it, had heard good things. I think it's Alan Heath, isn't it? Big Al had recommended on his Facebook group that it was worth picking up, and I'd asked him about it, and he sort of said, yep. Commented back to me and said it was worth picking up if I came across it. So I thought, rather than sort of splurging on the Criterion in case I'm not a fan of the film, I'll pick up the standard edition, see if I like it, and then if it's something I want to double dip on later, I can think about that. TV movie for Stargate. It follows on from the TV show. I don't mind Stargate. I quite like the show. Really loved the original movie that spawned it all. And thought, do you know what? I'll pick this up. A couple of quid. I like a good bit of sci-fi. Like Stargate. Conan the Destroyer. Again, picked this one up in Trade Me In. Really cheap price. I've got the first one downstairs in my Arnie section, and thought, do you know what? Need the second one. Good price. And then I picked this one up actually. It's a bit pricey, but I needed to replace the copy that I had, because when I actually went to look at it, I picked up this next film years and years and years ago from a charity shop, and never realised until I actually went to watch it recently that I'd been duped, and it was a bootleg. And I'm not about that. Everything in the collection here is all sort of above board, and I like to obviously buy the proper editions and everything like that. So I thought to myself, well, when I come across it next, I'll replace it and get a proper copy. And so that is Dolph Lundgren's version of The Punisher. So I say fairly pricey, but definitely one that I wanted to replace. So, ladies and gents, boys and girls, that has been my DVD, Blu-ray and 4K update for June, July and into August now. My summer of 2020 Blu-ray, DVD and 4K update, if you like. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing to the channel, ringing that little bell to be notified whenever I post a new video. Leave a thumbs up if you liked the video, leave a comment. If there's any films here you want me to talk about more, anything you think I should get on the watch pile rather urgently, let me know down below. If there's anything based on what I've shown you here you think that I should pick up, leave any recommendations down below. I'm always up for a good film recommendation. Thank you very much for watching. Please continue to take care of yourselves, and I will see you again soon. Cheers!